So, in Farming Simulator 25, you have the ability to use greenhouses. And in this video, we're going to be going through exactly how they work, how you can use them, and they're very, very good. And they have multiple uses as well. So, if we go into the build menu, pressing Shift and P, then if we go to the factories, like this second tab, and we come along to greenhouses, you have tarp greenhouses, you've got a greenhouse for rice saplings, and then you've got glass ones which work exactly the same way as the tarp ones do. Then you have mushroom greenhouses. So for the example in this video, I've got a large tarp and a large mushroom greenhouse. And then what you need to do with these, like literally all you need to do, is you need to fill them up with water. So the way you do that is either by placing down one of these. So if we go Shift and P again, we're going to come to the top tab this time. We're going to go to containers, and scrolling down to the bottom, you can use an old wind wheel with a water tank, or you can use the water tank on its own. The water tank is what I've placed on the farm. However, these are going to charge you for the water you're using. So the other way to get water is if we tab through my vehicles, I have a tractor here that's got a small tank on the back of it, and we can back this up into a river. And we will see at the top left, refill the mobile water tank. So press R and you'll see that we are getting water from the river. Now this is a free way to get your hands on water. So once that's full up, what we do is we drive this tractor up to our farm. So we'd now be able to use the tractor with the water tank on the back, or we can jump into the truck with the big water tank, and we can press R next to our placeable water tank, and we can start filling this up. This is obviously going to hold a lot more water. So you'll see the entire time we are filling this up, if you look at the top right, you'll see our money going down. I believe it's around £300 per 1,000 litres or something like that. But obviously over time that's going to cost you a lot of money. And it costs money to place these water tanks down. Okay, and now we've got a full tank. We've got 32,000 litres. If we go to the shop quickly and we scroll quite far down, we are going to get to the animal section. And in barrels is where you get the water tanks. So this one here is going to be attached to a tractor. This one here is going to be to a truck. And then this one here and the first one are also to tractors. And then it's with this small one. I'm not sure if any of the others do it. But with this small one, you can back it up into the river and collect your water that way. That way water is free. So you've either got free water or you've got water you have to pay for. And it does get quite expensive over time. But what you do when you've got water is, if I quickly back this tractor up out of the way, and we go and jump into the truck, then what we do in the truck is we simply just get the trailer in front of this little icon here, and you are going to see that we can start overloading. So we press I, the water comes out. So now we've emptied the entire tank into the greenhouse. You'll see at the bottom right it says water 32,000 litres. On the mushroom greenhouse, the water is round the back. So if we come around the back quickly, you drop your water off here. So all you have to do with these greenhouses is put water in, and then what we can do is enter the greenhouse. So if we click to open up the door, we come to here, and we can manage the production point. Now this is where you start making all of your money. And you have a choice. You can either make the most money possible, or you can save yourself a bunch of hassle and just make a little bit less money. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to press enter. You want to activate what you want to grow in these greenhouses. So I'm going to activate everything. In this one, I'm going to activate both types of mushrooms. And you'll see there's an exclamation mark because we don't currently have any water in there. So it says materials are missing. But now, over time, what this is going to do is it's going to start automatically producing chili peppers, garlic, lettuce, so on and so forth. And you've got three choices. So if we have a look here, you can press space and change the output mode. You've got storing, you've got selling, and you've got distributing. So if you're set to distributing, what it's going to do is any of the other production points that need these resources is going to distribute them to those production points. If we change it back and put it on storing, what it's going to do is it's going to store all of your product until you get 1,000 litres. When you've got 1,000 litres, it's going to put a pallet outside for you to pick up. and like transport and go and sell. If you've got it on selling, it's going to take out the manual labor, it's going to automatically sell all of your product, but it's going to take some of your profits because of the transporting and the manual labor costs and everything like that. I'm not entirely sure how much it takes. I believe it's somewhere around 16 to 20%, maybe sometimes more. I think there's different factors and stuff that come into it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these, just for an example, I'll put everything on selling except for we will keep tomatoes on storing. And then in here, I will have, if I go into the actual greenhouse and go to there, what we can do is we will sell these ones and we'll have the oyster mushroom storing. So when we get this filled up with water, the mushrooms will start doing their thing. So it's just cost £9,600 to fill up the tank again. But if we drive this round to the back of the greenhouses, we are going to be able to stop in front of this little icon, start overloading, and then we're going to start putting water into the mushroom greenhouse. So that when this is done, all we have to do now is we can come around the back and we can check the water volume. So you'll see here that we've got 6,999 litres because we've already used a litre to produce some mushrooms. And these little marked areas you get outside the greenhouses are where your pallets will come when you have produced some goods. Like if you've got it on the storing. So if we open up this door, we come in here, you'll see that we've used a little bit of water already. You'll see that out of the 32,000 we put in, we have 31,992. And obviously, like, it's going to take some time. You'll see here, we need 12 litres of water to produce 8 litres of chili peppers. And then with the mushroom one, the greenhouse can only hold 7,000 litres. And then for an example here, we get 5 enoki mushrooms for 1 water. We get 3 oyster mushrooms, or 3 litres of oyster mushrooms for 1 litre of water. So what you do is you buy and place your greenhouses. They're already like built and everything. You put the water in them. You activate the products you want to start producing. Then you choose whether you are distributing, selling, or storing. And then all we've got to do is if we speed up time, we'll go to the max amount of time, like the fastest game speed. You'll see that these have started to build up. And at the bottom right, you can see we've got 20 litres of tomatoes, 25 litres. And you'll see that the tomatoes, because we are storing them, they are going up and up and up and up and up. We've got nearly 100 litres. And you'll see the other ones, because we are, like, we've chose to sell them straight away, you'll see our money go up a little bit. Like, every now and then they reset. So we've got 369,513, like 10 million. That's just gone up to 829. So we've got like £300 from that. And then if we come over to the mushrooms here, you'll see that we are selling the enokis and we are storing the oysters. So every now and then the enokis are going to reset and we're going to get the money coming in. So if you're doing the storing option, you're going to be able to manually sell everything, but you're going to need something like, if we come here, because it's coming out in pallets, you're going to need like a front loader, a forklift, and then you're going to need like a pallet fork to pick them up, and then you put them into, like, say you've got a, where are they? Say you've got a semi-trailer like the Krone Profi liner. If you've got that, you put your pallets in there. Then what you do is you take them off and you sell them when you've got your pallets. So if we have a look, we go to the price chart, we are going to be able to see that if we scroll down and we look for, let's just say for an example, tomatoes. Where are tomatoes? The tomatoes are right down near the bottom. You'll see at the sell side over here, this is how much you're going to be able to sell them for. So we're going to get around £1,550-ish per 1,000 litres. This sell option is per 1,000 litres. And you'll see that we can sell them to the farmer's market, Goldcrest Valley restaurant, or the small farmer's kiosk. And it will show you the distance to each of those selling stations. So what I did was skipped to the next day, and for some reason I've picked this up. But outside we have a full pallet of, if I just quickly move these over, you'll see that we've got, it's 400 kilos, it's 1,000 litres of tomatoes. So what we can do is we can transport those and we can go and sell them. Over here on the greenhouse of the mushroom side of it, we've got 1,000 litres of oyster mushrooms. And you'll see that the enokis are constantly selling over and over again. So what I'm going to do is slow down time. And you'll see that we've now got 2,000 litres of oyster mushrooms. If we come over this side, we don't quite have 2,000 litres. Well, no, we've got 1,247. So we've got stuff that's like automatically selling, and we've got things that we can manually sell. So I'm going to go and grab a Profi liner. So now if we get this down to the farm, then because we've got 2,000 litres of the oyster mushrooms, I'm going to take these. And I've got super strength enabled so I can pick them up. But you would need to normally, like without super strength, you would need to use a forklift or a front loader with a pallet fork, lift them up and put them into your truck. And we're going to see that we can get, let's just say, because it's quite close, it's really close. If we go, like if we click on the small farmers kiosk and we tag it, then on the map what it's going to do is it's going to show you where the sell point is. It will start flashing. So if we jump in our truck, we press L on the keyboard to attach the tension belt so that everything stays in place and we don't lose our pallets. Then if we drive over to here, then all you're going to do is you are going to undo your tension belts and it's going to automatically sell them. It's a little bit tricky doing it here because it's such a small area and we've got such a big truck. But you don't even have to get out of the truck. You don't have to manually, like you don't need to use a forklift or anything like that. You've literally just got to pull up to the selling point and untighten those tension belts, and then it's going to sell them. You would have seen that we got a little over $6,000 for what we sold. And it works the same wherever you take them. You just simply hover over, like you basically drive over the icon at the selling point and you just unfasten your tension belts. And that's exactly how greenhouses are going to work in Farming Simulator 25. You just need to bring water to them. You need to give them time to do all of their production. And then if we go to... And then if we come to production chains, the main menu, so like you got your map here, you come down to production chains. We've got our greenhouses here. And then all we've got to do from here is just click on the product. Make sure you've got this little like highlighted box around it. And then you just need to activate all of the products when you've got water in your greenhouses. And then you choose the, like, whether you want to distribute them, whether you want to sell them or store them. If you're looking to make the absolute most amount of money from the greenhouses, then you would choose storing. You would wait until the pallets are produced when you've reached 1,000 litres of the product. You would then grab a forklift or a front loader with a pallet fork on, load it into your transport, take it to the place that's going to buy it from you, which you can find in the prices thing down here. Or if you want to save the hassle of all the manual labour, getting the forklift and everything like that, but make a little bit less money, I'd say around 20% less, then just stick it on selling, and they're just going to keep selling over and over and over, and you're going to just keep making money after money after money. So that is exactly how greenhouses work in Farming Simulator 25, and what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.